Back with another Fit Minute here. For today's question, I was asked, how often do you incorporate deload weeks? For those that don't know, a quick summary of a deload week is taking a week off from the gym, either completely or more commonly, just lightening up the workload compared to normal. So generally that would look like doing 50% of the weight that you would normally use. That's just very good for giving your body and joints time to recover and to avoid injury. If you've been lifting seriously and heavy for years, that can be very hard on your body. So you definitely need some time off to kind of get things back in track there. So for serious advanced lifters, I would deload once every 3 to 4 months. And for people who have been lifting for less than a couple years, I'd say they don't have as much strenuous work under their belt yet, so they could get by with doing deloads once every 6 months or so. And these are just basic rules of thumb. Obviously, individual cases may vary, so just listen to your body. All right, till next time. What's up, guys? For today's Fit Minute, I was asked, what's your favorite pre-workout meal to eat? Well, it can kind of vary. Since I follow If It Fits Your Macros, I vary up my food sources pretty often. But one of my more common pre-workout meals is a couple servings of oatmeal mixed in with a scoop of protein. So with the oats, I get a lot of my carbs, my fiber, my slower digesting complex carbs, so I'll have it, within a couple hours of a workout. It usually gives me great energy for a workout, great pumps and all that. Another common thing I'll do is just some type of bagel or something. Those generally have 50 to 60 carbs, so that's pretty good, ideal pre-workout carb amount and all that. So basically, if I can just get in at least 50 to 60 carbs of some type of good source, that usually gives me sufficient energy for whatever workout I have planned that day. All right, guys, till next time. What's up, guys? Back with another Fit Minute here. For today's question, I was asked, how do you feel about a ketogenic diet? For those that don't know, a quick summary of a keto diet is when you're either very low carbs or no carbs at all and just straight protein and fat. I think it depends on a very individual basis. I do think that the majority of people would respond better to a higher carb, lower fat ratio. However, if someone's not experimenting or experiencing the results I think they should be experiencing, I'll toy around with some of those numbers and start lowering the carbs and upping the fat ratio a bit to see if, that gives them some better results and whatnot. However, those are usually more of the exceptions to the rule than the actual rule itself. In my experience and everything I've read, I do think the majority of people do respond better to higher carb, lower fat ratio. So I would always start out with that first when trying to diet and all that, track your macros, and then if you think you could experience better results, then you can try messing around with those numbers and ratios a bit. So that would be my two cents on it. Till next time, guys.